to start with tags, attributes and elements. In my previous session already told that tags, another name is element. But how an element is formed? If suppose I'm writing the chapter name first. Chapter was, I hope you all remember it, chapter 5. It was HTML 1. So, tags and elements. Elements, if I'm taking one example of tag HTML, if I'm writing it without its closing tag, it will be written as a tag. But what are elements? I'm writing here HTML, some content here, and I'm closing this tag with /HTML. Then this part is known as start tag. This is known as content. And this part is known as end tag. So, collection of all these three things will be known as elements. That's the difference. So, if I'm using only HTML, it will be known as a tag. And if the tag is a combination of all this, means basically this combination is known as element. Next are attributes. Yes. In the previous example where the HTML document structure I had taught, there one tag I had used, one attribute I had used with HTML. So the way how it is written, that you need to understand. Suppose this is HTML start tag and here it is HTML close tag. All the attributes are always written in the start tag. Here. So here where the start tag is there, before closing the angle bracket, we'll leave one space. For leaving space, space bar or tab key, whatever keys are available on the keyboard for leaving space can be used. It doesn't matter how much space you have left, whether 1 inch or 2 inches or how much space. Space matters a lot. You need to leave some space inside. So lang was the attribute for this. I'm going to give one space here, and after that the attribute which will be used is lang. Then equals to sign is used. This thing which I have written here lang is name of the attribute. Name of the attribute. Now for giving its value, we'll put one equals to sign just after. Make sure that you're not leaving any space after lang, and means both the sides of equals to sign, there should be no space in between. So lang, just after that you will put equals to sign, and its value will be given within double quotes. In that previous example, I had told you that lang stands for language, means the document structure in which you are going to create it will be mentioned by lang. Which language you are using? English. So for that, I am going to give EN. Here EN stands for English. Many other languages are available with which you can write the HTML document structure. So, after this, we are going to start with the types of elements. So, I'm writing here elements. Basically, there are two types of elements. First is container elements. And second is empty elements. These empty elements are also known as void elements. Void elements. So, Container elements are the elements where both the tags are available, start tag as well as end tag. And empty elements are the elements where only start tag is available. Basically, the purpose of empty elements is to convey some information. I'll give some examples with which you can understand it in a proper way. First, I'll start with examples of container elements. We have HTML. Since we have to close it, start tag is available and another close tag is available. Same way, head tag, start and then head tag, close. Then we have title and title closed. So, these are the elements which are having start tag as well as end tag. So, these are the examples of which type of elements? Container elements. Some empty elements are also there which we don't have to close. They are, examples I am giving, BR, HR, link, IMG stands for image. These are the tags or elements where you don't have to close it. So, from this part, the questions which can come: what do you understand by elements? How many types of elements are there? Differentiate between container elements and empty elements with example of each. So by now I think you will be able to answer these questions. After this, what are the different ways to write your empty elements? Empty elements can be written in three ways. The first way of writing empty element is simply write the element. Like I am writing here BR. This is the first way of writing empty element. BR basically stands for break rule, which is used for giving space, lines in between the web pages. Like when you type Word document, if you want to leave a space in between the lines of the page, you press enter key. If you want two lines in between, you are pressing enter key twice. Same way, while creating web pages, you want to leave spaces for a single line BR. For number of lines you want to increase, so many number of times BR tag will be used. Another way for writing it is, you can write open tag, that is start tag, and without any content here you can close it like this, which will also convey the meaning of an empty element. The third way is, you simply put this forward slash at the end of the tag. How it can be done? BR slash. So these are the three ways how empty elements can be shown or can be used. Okay, so from this, most of the time multiple choice question comes that out of the given options, which one will be considered as an empty element? And this one basically comes. So if one option is this, you can use this as the answer. Next is, I'm going to handle all the attributes of body tag. For that, I'm going to start with background. Okay, so body tag. Body tag. Its attributes are, first is background, second is left margin, third is top margin, Fourth is bottom margin. Fifth, we have right margin. And one more is text. So, I'm going to start with the first attribute, that is background. So, how to use it? Background basically sets the background image of the web page. Like you all are using smartphones. In smartphones, you all are using wallpaper to be shown on the screen. Same way, if you want a web page to show any beautiful image as the background, for that you will have to use the background attribute for that. How it has to be used, that's the problem for you. As I told, all the attributes are written inside on tag. That is the start tag. After leaving one space, name of the attribute equals to the value within double quotes. Clear? So I'm not going to write the whole web page at once. I'll start with only background attribute. Suppose the image which I want as the background. Suppose the image I want as the background of the page is available at E Drive, My Documents, My Pictures, and name of the image is Sunset. An extension is JPG. So all those things you'll have to remember. Path, I think by now you all are knowing, like where you are living. I'm living in Ranchi, this is lane number, this is street number, this is my house number. So you all are knowing after this state, city, this we'll have to mention. Same way, you need to mention, you will have to mention where the file is located in your device. That is known as path. So background's value will be the path. Okay. So for writing that, I'm starting with body on tag. Here, I'll give a space and I'll use the attribute background. Background, this is the name of the attribute. After this, you will give the value within double quotes and then you can close it. As I told, it is available in E Drive, My Documents, and name of the picture, suppose A, and it is a type of JPG image. This way you can mention the background of the web page. What will be the impact of this? When you will execute your web page, this particular image which is located in E Drive will be set as the background of the web page. Next is left margin. I'm taking one web page as an example. Suppose from left side 20 pixels you want to leave. From right side 20 pixels you want to leave. From top also this way. So this is the margin set for that particular web page. How to use it? For leaving the margin towards left, left margin attribute is used. For leaving margin towards right, right margin attribute is used. For leaving, same way for leaving margins at top and bottom, the respectful attributes are top margin and bottom margin. So for that, I'll show one line of code like here. In one start tag, number of attributes can be written. It doesn't matter that I have written background, where will I write? Left margin, bottom margin, top margin, and whatever left. It doesn't make any sense. You can write any number of attributes in the on tag of any element. So I'm going to use it here, body tag. Again, this was the first example. Second one, body tag. I'm starting with background. You can use any of the cases for this. Write it here. Then left margin equals to 20. Right margin equals to 20. And same way you can write all those attributes. And then close it. Now you can mention the lines in the body part and close body tag. So these are the attributes of body tag. Now I'm going to explain about the heading tags available in HTML. Heading tags are basically used for giving headings of the web pages. Headings means some data with like list of items, list of books, list of teachers. This way, any heading to a particular list or any data if you want to give, no doubt that text has to be somewhat different from other text of the pages. So to make it different, we can use any of the heading tags which are available in HTML. Heading tags, we have about 6 HTML heading tags are there. The first one is H1. It is also, these all heading tags are container elements. So we need to close it this way. H2, H2 closed, H3, H3 closed, H4, H4 closed, H5, H5 closed, H6, H6 closed. Now what will be the difference between all these heading tags? I'll give one example. I want to write hello with H1. Hello with H1 will appear in a bigger size. With H2, little bit smaller. With H3, smaller than H2. With H4, smaller than that. H5, smaller than that. And H6, the smallest one. So, this is the variation between these heading tags. I'll show the example, then you will understand it in a better way. One more thing which I need to discuss here, that these things which you will be writing inside here, it can be aligned towards any side of the web page. It can be left, right or center. For that, all these heading tags are also containing some attributes. First attribute which I will be using is align. For that, you can use H1 align. This is the name of the attribute, equals to, suppose value is center. And here I have written hello and closed H1. Same way for H up to H6, we can see the difference after writing it. That's all for the theory class. I'm going to begin with the practical session now. So now I'm going to start the practical session. For that, I'll search for Notepad here. Notepad, which is the text editor. Here it came, Notepad. You just click on this. You will see one window with untitled Notepad. Heading will open. Here I'll start writing the web page. First we'll type the basic structure as I've already told. It will start with HTML. Then the head part will write, I want the web page title to be my first web page. So I'll write title my first web page. After this, you close this title tag. And then head tag will be closed. So as you can see, the header part of the web page has been completed. Header part of the web page has been completed. Now we'll start with the body part. So we know that the body of the web page starts with body tag. We'll write body and then body tag closed. And finally we'll have to close with HTML. This part has been closed. Suppose in the body part of the web page, I want to write, I have created this web page. So I'll go inside this starting body tag and the slash body tag. Inside this, where we write the content, as in the theory class I have told, here I'll write this web page is created by me. Just see the font of the line, okay, because I'll be showing that this way it will not appear on the web page. Okay, this is the formatting done for notepad, not for the web page. Okay, formatting for web page will be done with the help of attributes. That's how I'll explain later on. So after writing this much, you will click on file menu, or the shortcut for saving the document is Ctrl+S. You click on this, you will see the option save. Click on this. Now this dialog box will be asking you for saving the web page to some location. For that, I'm choosing annual folder on desktop, or you can save it wherever you want. Okay, so here I'm going to give the name of the file as SES. Okay, I have written it in capital letters, but the extension of the file, as you know, we are working in a text editor. There in the text editor, you cannot, if you will not mention the format or the extension, it will be saved by default with the extension .txt. But we are going to make a web page, so we need to change it. We'll save it with .html extension, and extensions of all the documents, web pages should always be written in small letters. So we'll write the extension of the web pages as HTML. Here one thing you need to note down, that HTML or HTML both will work. Okay, you can give the extension as HTML or HTML. After giving the extension, you click on save. Done. So this is the web page we have saved. After this, you can close on this. You can close this notepad window. Now go to the folder where you had saved that file. In annual I had saved that file. I'll double click on that. It has opened. Here the name of the file I had given SES. You can see the icon before it, but the default browser for this system I have kept Microsoft Edge. Okay, so the default browser icon will be automatically attached to your document since the extension given HTML. But it's not necessary that you will be opening with this browser only, because different browsers support different types of tags. I want to open it with Google Chrome, so I'll right click on this. A shortcut menu will appear. You can choose the option from there, open with. Here many options are there. I'm going to open it with Google Chrome. Click on that. You will see that the web page which I had created, it has opened, and the body is showing this web page is created by me. Can you see that? It's visible. Okay, and the title bar is showing my first web page. Is it visible? My first web page. I hope it's visible to all. I'm just adjusting in anyhow. My first web page. So this is the body. We had written this part inside the body tag, that's why it is visible here, and we had written inside the title tag this one, that's why it's visible here. This bar which is just below the title bar is known as the address bar of the browser, where you can see the location of the file which you had saved is visible. So it's not necessary that you will directly run the file from the location itself. You can open any browser and you can type the address of the file like this. It's in C drive, users, HP, desktop, annual, file name is ses.html. So this is the complete path of the file. This way also, if you will give it on the address bar, the file will be open. Now we'll start learning about the attributes. The first attribute which I had told was background. So now I don't want to see the web page, I want to open the source code. How to open that? For that you will go to the file, then you will right click on that. And as the option comes open with, now instead of choosing the browser, you will choose the option notepad so that the source code will be open and you can make the required changes over there. So I'm clicking here on notepad. I can see the code which I had saved. Now, the background attribute, for that, as you remember, we want an image to be saved. So for that, I'm just minimizing it. I'm just searching for the image. I hope in download some images are there. I'll click there. Yeah, images are there. Suppose this image I want to choose for the background of my web page. I'll click on that. Name of the file is Flamingo. Okay, what is the name? Flamingo. And when you will move the mouse pointer on that, you can see the extension. It's JPG kind of photo or file. I'll right click on this and a shortcut menu again will appear where the option will come properties. Which option will come? Properties option will come at the bottom part. Here it is, properties. You click on that. When you will click on that, the file will be opened there. Here, you can copy this location. Okay, just click on this, drag the mouse and the location of the file will be copied. Just keep in mind that we have copied the location, but name of the file we haven't copied yet. Okay, what we need the name of the file as well. Now after selecting it, you right click here only and click on copy option. Now the path of the file has been copied and you just minimize it, or this part you minimize and go to that notepad file. Here we know that all the attributes are written inside on tag or start tag. Here I'll give space with the help of space bar. Space given. What was the attribute? Background. I'll give here background equals to, what was the quotation mark used? Double quotation mark. Remember, inside it we'll use the shortcut key, or you can right click there, right click inside these quotation marks and choose the option paste. You will see that the location of the file which you had copied has been pasted. Now, which type of slashes are used here? Backward slashes. So we'll put one more backward slash to write the name of the file. What is the name of the file? Flamingo dot jpg. So we have given the complete path. The file is in C drive, users, HP, downloads, images, and the name of the file is flamingo.jpg. So this way you can write the attribute of the file. After completing it, you need to save it so that the changes will be saved. How to save? Again, either you click on file or you can use the shortcut key Ctrl+S. Once it is saved, you minimize it and open the file there in the folder annual. Right click, open with Google Chrome. If the code is correct, can you see this? Since the image was of small size, it has been allotted to the web page background in the form of tile. Okay, tiled image has been shown. So this way you can change the background of the image. Understood? Next is how to change the margins on the web page. Since this image is very dark, I need to remove it. So I'll open the code again. I'm not going to give the background of the web page. Instead, you can use another attribute is there, BG color. BG color stands for background color. Okay, if you want to put a solid color instead of white as the background of the web page, you can use another attribute for body is there, BG color, BG and COLOR. It's a single word, just keep in mind. It's a single word. If you will give space inside between these two words BG and color, it is not going to work. And color spelling. Then equals to, within double quotes, you give any color of your choice. I'll tell you how to give the color codes also. But for the time being, I'm going to give the solid color name. Yellow color I'm going to use as the background of the page. Okay. So I'll show it to you. File, save, open the image and refresh it. You will see that background of the image has been shown with yellow color. Is it visible? Yellow color has come. Now, next was how to leave the margins for the web page. For that, which attributes were there? Do you remember? Open the source code. Here, Where you have written one attribute of body tag, just click after this and give a space in between. There, the first attribute I'm going to use top margin equals to, give a good amount of space. I'm giving 100 so that it will be visible there. Then I want left margin, that too I'm giving 100. Then right margin equals to 100. Same way bottom margin can also be given. So this work is completed. Now click on File, Save, open the web page which is there on the taskbar. I haven't closed the files. You can see I haven't closed the files. It is there on the taskbar. So I'm opening it from there only. Just click on that file. And for refreshing the web page, either you click on this icon or you can use the shortcut key F5. Can you see the margin left there? Understood? Okay. Next I am going to show the heading tags. For that, I'll open the source code again, and hello was the example which I had shown. So inside body tag all the tags and attributes are used. That also in the first presentation I had shown. Here we'll use H1 tag. H1 tag started. Inside that I'm writing hello and H1 tag closed. Same way you write H2 hello, then H3 hello, close H3, then H4 hello. How many heading tags I had told? 6. So all 6 I am going to write here. Then H5 hello. Sometimes we make fun of the hello, wrong number. In class, students might be doing this, but this time we are not going to hear these nonsense things from the students because of this lockdown. Hello again, and finally H6 will be closed. So now I'll show the difference, the variations among these heading tags. So you save this file and open the source code and refresh it. F5 for refreshing the document. F5. Just see. Hello. Can you see the variation there? So this is how hello text can be, the heading tags can be used. Thank you.